Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
I'm Jim Goddard. I'm speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. Welcome back to the show, Larry.
How are you doing, Jim?
We're doing great in the sunshine here in Vancouver, rare for this time in November. Larry, you had some good news out of the office today. What was it?
It was excellent news, Jim, and it goes to show that our hard work is starting to pay off. You know, we were the first to register patents, which was ultimate of importance to us, and that was done last year. And we've been working with Tier 1 companies for, several months, and then we found out a new wrinkle in what Tier 1 companies were looking for, or battery manufacturers for that matter. And it had to do with the morphology of the particle sizes in their cathode material. And that was news to us, and without doing that work for the Tier 1 companies, we'd have been in the dark, because it's very secretive what they do on the battery side of the manufacturing side of the business. So anyway, it tipped us off to do a complete recycling program, and we had to deal with morphology. Thankfully, Kemetco, one of their chief engineers, is also teaches at the Beijing University, had some idea of what we were looking for, and after investigation, we found an Asian company that produced those. We ordered it, and it took about 3 months to get here, but now we have it. It's a very sophisticated and very high-tech looking piece of machinery, and I would wish that we had it on our press release, but we weren't able to. And but we will be attaching it to this podcast because it's a unique looking piece of machinery, and actually it comes in 4 different parts. So I would advise everybody to click on it. They can go to the Recyclical site and see it there. But it's exciting. I mean, there's a lot of things that we can do now. We can complete a full circuit. We can have the ambitions of being a battery supply chain, directly from the source to the end user, with the type of morphology that they need and the type of cathode that they need, and that could put us in a very enviable position. If I was a battery cathode manufacturer, I would be certainly looking at us because it saves a lot of steps. We know that there's a tremendous uptick in the price of the cathode material when you do have this morphology going on, and it's well worth going after. So I can't say enough about it. We have to get special training done on it. And Kemetco's got somebody going over there to get that training, and it'll probably be quarantined for a while, so it'll be a while before we can get the machine up and operating. And but it is brand new, and it is new technology, and it is patented. So we won't be trying to do patents on it. We would actually, I'm not sure. Personally, I don't know how we'd attack it. I'm sure Kemetco would be able to, and over a period of time. But seeing as it's already out there, we've got it. And this puts us into another capacity. We've always said we've had the leading edge, but we don't want to come to production with yesterday's technology. So we think we're up to date now on all the technology that's needed, not to say that we wouldn't run regular cathode material also, but certainly for the battery manufacturer directly, they're looking for, the specification of morphology on particle size and shape. So that puts us in a real enviable position, to say the least. Now, you can go to our press release. You can go to at the podcast. You'll see the site, or you can go to recyclical.com and see it on there. And it excited me, I can tell you that. So it's something we want to talk about, but I couldn't leave this podcast without saying gold has done a tremendous job in the last couple of days. Last I looked, it was up $51, and of course that's going to have a lot to do with the inflation that's coming because of the printing of money, and that's inflationary, and so that helps us. The U.S. election is fighting back and forth. Either side wins, I think, we'll be a winner on that, and because we're in that field of green technology and stopping pollution. And in the words of stopping pollution, hydrometallurgy basically produces 2 tons of carbon dioxide per 2 ton of 2 tons of carbon dioxide per ton of material processed. So that is a big plus. I mean, people are really concerned about the production of carbon dioxide, and we're now able to, or have actually been able to answer that question for quite some time. So, getting back to the markets, the Dow has had a 3-day spectacular run along with the S&P and NASDAQ, and it's continued or flattened out today, but the last I looked anyway. So it's the markets are seeming to if you want to qualify the election results, it's still yes or no. I mean, it's not that the Republicans will get in. It's not that the Democrats will get in. It's basically saying the market is discounting any negativity coming from the election. So I think that's good. That's something for us to look at. And don't forget to look at the photograph of the piece of equipment that we bought, which is a cathode precipitation reactor. And we'll have some attachments there that you may be interested in. So that's the highlights of the day. I was happy with the press release, and one of these days the market will recognize and push through all this selling that we get, and we can go on to higher levels.
Larry, for people new to American Manganese, what's the company all about?
American Manganese is a critical metals company that developed a process for treating very low grades of manganese in the U.S. And to elaborate on that, the U.S. is totally dependent on outside sources for manganese, whether it's for steel, batteries, or for specialty metals, or the EMM. We're doing that work we'll be starting that work on the stockpile, and so it's moved on. We took that technology as a cornerstone of our recycling technology, and we've got, as I mentioned earlier, 2 patents on that. And, we just got to keep rocking and rolling and stay ahead of the pack, and I think we're well ahead of the pack now. We've got the solutions, the capability of developing the solutions that are in front of us, and so that should make everybody happy. Now, we have a website out there that is packed full of information that you can do your due diligence on rather than the billboards, and it'll be more truthful and transparent. But that's the place you should go when you're checking out, doing due diligence if you're going to make a purchase on a company, and it's all there. We are traded on the Toronto Venture Exchange under the symbol AMY, and the U.S. Exchange under the symbol AMYZF, and in Frankfurt under the symbol 2AM. And you can contact the company here at 778-574-4444, or you can email me at LREAUGH@AMYMN.com.
Larry, thank you so much for the update.
You're welcome, Jim.
My guest has been Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. I'm Jim Goddard. Our conversation took place on November 6th.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at HowStreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.